Hi everyone, and happy full moon. This is a timeless video, so whenever you come to it, you can use it as a full moon release ritual, any full moon. So we're going to start with a pick a card reading with my own tarot deck that I made that deals with shadow issues, Jungian psychoanalysis, um, and stuff like that for shadow work. We're going to start with a pick a card reading, and then we're going to go into a spell to release a situation or someone from your life. So think carefully about whether you want to do this. This is very deep magic we're going to be doing tonight. So I'm going to put in the description box below everything you need to do the spell. You can do it yourselves at another time, or you can just do one part of it with me when I do it, because I'm creating the space with everything else around me that you need for the spell, if that makes sense. So all you guys need, if you want to do it with me, is a piece of paper, a black pen, and some cord, ideally black, but you can just use white string or cord. Okay, I want to start though by talking about the archetype of the moon. So the moon is this fluid white stone. In alchemy, it represents the white stone, but it's all about this fluidity, okay? It's always in flux. The moon is always waxing and waning, it's never fixed. So it's linked to the idea of the mother and the maternal and the feminine energy. However, it has this nurturing element to it, but it also has opposing characteristics. And Jung actually saw the moon as deeply complex and ambivalent. It's linked to the goddess Hecate, who is the goddess of magic and witchcraft. It's also linked to the night and to ghosts and to necromancy. Hecate was the only child of Perseus and Asteria, and she received the power over heaven, the earth, and the sea from them. Obviously, the moon is very much linked to the sea and to tides and to the unconscious and to dreaming. It's transformational, and when you work with the energy of the moon, you can really begin to work with transforming the self. And breaking free of some of the kind of repressions and content of the personal shadow. That's what the moon card in my deck kind of represents. It's this breaking free of this collective shadow. And if you don't know what the shadow is all the kind of aspects of ourself that we try to deny and repress, that we bury, and bringing them into the light allows us to free ourselves from their power and to transform ourselves. And there's a personal shadow, and then there's the collective shadow. And the collective shadow is, linked to issues of race, sexism, murder, all sorts of things. It's like across culture, so cultural shadow. So when we see mass sort of changes and shifts in culture, it's often because people are doing culturally like this shadow work is going on. What else? Yeah, so an encounter with the moon can allow you to break free of some of your kind of repressions and to transform. It can kind of warn though of possible enchantment, because obviously the moon is not this fixed thing. The moon's light is not its own light, it reflects the light of the sun, so there's something illusionary and dreamy about it. And if you think about how shamans kind of deal with the moon or with a shamanic journey, they always leave themselves a way out of it, because it can become very seductive and enticing and draw you in. So you have to be ready for it. It's numinous, and anything that's numinous has the quality to be beautiful and awe-inspiring, but it also has a danger to it, and a kind of capacity to overwhelm, and fluctuate, and it can really expand and break down your boundaries and your barriers. But you need to make sure that you're ready for this. You don't want sort of psychic overwhelm. So, okay, that's just a little bit about the moon. Obviously, I'm sure you guys all know that full moons are a great time to do release work, and new moons are a great time to set intentions. And I did a spell for the channel on the first video I did, which was on a new moon. So if you want to go and look at other moon rituals. I'll be doing several on this channel, but this is for a full moon and it's about release. So we're going to look at shadow issues first of all. So I'm going to do 3 card pick a pile card things. I'm just going to get 1 or 2 cards from my deck, just for a quick message. Everything will be linked in the description box below, like timestamps, so you can go straight to your reading, or you can go straight to the spell if you want to just go straight ahead with the spell. So let's do the piles. So this will be, where's a white wall? Okay. This is going to be pile 1. So if you're attracted to this or you hear 1, that's pile 1. Pile 2. Pile 3. So just take a moment, pause the video if you need to think about those choices, 1, 2, or 3. And then I'll see you at your reading. So, Spirit, please channel through me into my deck the messages needed for these 3 groups, distinct, clear messages. What do they need to release to help with the spell work that's about to come this evening? Please be very clear, all choices, changes, possibilities, probabilities. Clear messages, creating temporary energetic pause between myself and the viewer, so that I can deliver the messages that they most need this evening for this full moon release. Okay. So, I'm going to start with pile 1. Pile 1. Okay. Pile 1. Clear message. What do they need to release? What do they need to release? Okay. You guys got the Death card, which totally makes sense. You know, the Death card is all about letting go and new cycles starting. In my Major Arcana Alchemical Tarot deck, this is all about the alchemical process of the Nigredo, where in the alchemical discovery, everything is rotted down and burned off in the ovens. And from this rotting down, from this alchemical dung heap that you can see here, regeneration grows. There's a flowering that happens. So here, this is about integration of the shadow. This is about all the darkest aspects of self. So you guys, what you need to release? Well, you just need to do a lot of shadow work. You need to go into the depths of your psyche and think about what it is that you're afraid to let go of, and you need to allow yourself to have an encounter with your shadow in a safe, therapeutic way that is not going to overwhelm you. Let me just think if I get any more kind of psychic messages coming through for you guys about the Death card for a second. Perhaps this is the end of some kind of cycle for you, I feel. This is the end of some kind of, this is a major life transformation that you may be resisting, and this is what it is that you need to release. And you'll know what you need to release because you are fearing releasing it. It gives you anxiety to think of letting this thing go. However, you know that you need to. So this is about asking you to go within, to think about your own shadow, to think about any aspects of self that you know, thoughts that you have that kind of fleetingly cross your mind and you think, oh, I don't want to think that, or why did I think that thing? And it's like really being honest with yourself. And it could be that you're dealing with issues of the collective shadow that need to be released. So ideas that aren't even yours, that you've kind of inherited. So this could be to do with generational patterns. This could be to do with ancestral work. Anything that's holding you back, anything that's keeping you stuck in the past, you need to burn that off. You need to think of the alchemical process of this burning away and discovering this new light within the darkness. The darkness is this really powerful, magical space where light can shine. This is, chthonic. It's like earth. It's the earth bed is where we can plant ideas and let them seed and germinate and grow. This dirt, this internal dirt that we have within us can be chthonic and natural and beautiful, and it can be where our creativity can flower. So it's about using that earth, using that dirt, using that internal psychic dirt to plant new seeds, new ideas. It's this composting of these elements and allowing like something beautiful to come from it. So I do suggest you guys doing some shadow work. I think the next spell will be very good for you. I suggest that you do take the time to do that. Even if you can't do it right now, come back to the video. And I suggest as well doing the spell fully yourselves with the stuff that I give in the description box below. Anything else I need to say about this? No, I think you guys will know. It's something that you know, but you don't want to know. That's the kind of energy of the shadow. It's like we know it, but we don't want to acknowledge it. We may be having nightmares about it. We may be having dreams about it. It may be coming up in strange ways, like we behave in strange ways because we're not integrating these aspects of ourselves. So it's almost like you have aspects of yourself that you're not acknowledging, not owning, and then they're running kind of rampant and creating chaos in your life when you then are acting in strange ways because of that. So if that makes sense, that was totally channeled. I don't remember what I just said, but that's your message, okay? So that's pile 1. So join me for the spell, timestamp below. Thank you very much. Okay. So now, group 2. I see something here about illumination with you guys because you picked that candle. But let's see. So what does group 2 need to release? 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 Oh, I love this card. This is the Star card. In my deck it's called the Stars and Melusina. Melusina is a kind of watery siren. You see her here. She's on this whale. She's actually descended from the whale in whose belly Jonah beheld the great mysteries of the world, and she came to warn humanity of impending disaster. She's a mercurious serpent figure, so she's linked to these double aspects of Mercurius. So she is kind of numinous and hopeful, but she's also linked to some kind of dark aspect, some kind of foreboding. I mean, there's a potential kind of enchantment with her. She's a magical witch. She's this, an encounter with her is an encounter with the unconscious. And the Star card is a beautiful card. It's all about hope, insight. It's about linking to your creativity. It's about having an encounter with your unconscious that leads to creative growth. I feel like when I'm asking what you guys need to release, you might be creatively blocked. You might be unable to take new opportunities that are coming your way. You might be trapped to the past so that you're not seeing the beautiful opportunities in front of you, and you're not in a healthy dialogue with your unconscious. You might be having psychic overwhelm. You might be having dreams, or you're just not able to process what's going on with the subconscious. The Star card's beautiful energy though. So there's something I feel with you guys. Let me just sit and think here. Sorry. I think there's something with you guys from the past, something you've wanted and longed for a long time, something you felt you couldn't have. You were, they're saying, not worthy of having this thing, but you still have flashes of it. And what you need to release is the idea that you can't. You need to release the fear. You need to fully embrace the creative energies within yourself. You need to fully do a meditation where you meet Melusina. She's a mermaid. She's a kind of mermaid or watery, unconscious feminine energy. Do a meditation where you go to her and ask her what it is. She's a wonderful guide. She's my favorite. It's my favorite card. But yes, let go of this fear and let go of feeling like you can't be creative, like there's some reason that your creativity is blocked, it doesn't make sense for you, it's not practical, there's something like this. Any other messages? Just to psychically create boundaries and barriers for yourself so that you're not psychically overwhelmed, because you are having this real encounter with the numinous. This is the card of magic and witchcraft and sorcery. Oops, sorry, something fell from... It's probably some kind of ghost coming in, some entity. But yes, just make sure you're protected when you get into this energy. But I see beautiful things coming. That's a lovely card. So that's everything for pile 2. So join me for the spell work. In the description box below, you'll find the timestamp. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Pile 3. For me, this is an extremely important feather. This came to me at a time when I really needed protection. So you guys, this is a message. Your angels are protecting you. You may need to think about protecting yourself more. If you start seeing feathers, and you can take this as a sign. But anyway, this is air energy. This is protective energy. I'm part Native American, and in Native American belief, you have a prayer that you send up the feather shaft, and then blessings come back down. So this is about wishes coming true as well. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What does pile 3 need to release? 2 cards here. So with Temperance, there's something here you need to balance. There's something you need to get into balance in your life. Again, the alchemical dung heap is shown on this card. Can you see? Oh, here. There's a dung heap in the background, and then there's a flower flowering from the dung heap. So this is about using the shadow elements to create new, beautiful life. This is about balance though, and this is about healing, and this is about having all the right ingredients and blending them together. But it is this idea of the flowering dung heap in alchemy, and the rotted down substrate of all that came before, and an encounter with your kind of shadow issues that you're getting out of the Nigredo phase here in alchemy, which is when everything is burnt off and rotted down. What do you need to release then? Well, you've got it coming up with the Alchemical Chariot, which is a card of the Heros Gamos, the marriage of divine feminine and masculine energy, not gender specific, in which the sun, an alchemical sun, and an alchemical child are born. So this is kind of twin flame energy in a way. It's a very specific card in my deck, which is not the usual kind of meaning of it. But the Chariot is to do with opposing forces in your life and then being in balance. So you have 2 cards here, which I would read as needing to balance things in your life. So you may need a balance between work, life. You may need a balance between family and work. There may be something here to do with children. And this could be a childlike aspect of yourself. This could be the inner child. It need not be a physical child. But with this Chariot card, which has elements of the Sun card within it, and this divine child, there is some kind of childhood aspect that you need to think about. This is successful conclusion though, and a kind of, but it can warn of not sort of pushing ahead too much. There's a need here to be balanced and moderate and gentle, and let go of the ego and let go of the need to control. That's what it is, I think, for you guys. A need to be in control and things being out of balance. Let me think, is there anything more? No, I think that's your message. It's to do with your balance of your life, and to do with letting go of control and an allowing of the universe to come in, because the Temperance card is all about kind of divine intervention. It's a very divine card. You do have two cards of, this is kind of like a divine connection. And this, for me, is the Heros Gammas, the sacred marriage, producing this divine child. So it could be to do with it also, if it's not to do with work-life balance, it's to do with a control over a divine connection that you have, and a need to just allow that, and to let go, and to give over to Source, and know that everything is going to come to you when it comes to you. You need to be patient. You need to let go of this kind of urge to charge ahead, urge to take control. That's what it is. That's the message. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. So I'm going to close down the energies for pile 3, but join me for the spell. Link in the description box below, but it's coming soon in a second. I just need to light the candles. Okay, so, right. Okay, welcome everyone to this full moon spell. So I've made a new spell for everyone, and this is going to be a spell to release a situation or people or person or anything really from your life. I'm going to put in the description box below everything that you need for this spell so that you can cast it yourself totally from start to finish another time. However, I'm putting the intention, and I'm going to put the intention now, Spirit, that everyone who is watching this, I'm creating a space for them. All of my entities, spirit guides, all forces around me now converge and create a space where anyone watching this video with good intentions can create what they desire through watching this and joining in at the time I say, so that we are creating a space for them to collaborate on this spell work. So be around me, and any spirit guides, entities, or anyone who wants to step in and help for the viewers, let them come to me now and join in this process too. You know, time doesn't exist, so whenever you watch this video, your energy is already here, if that makes sense. It's kind of crazy. But so I might have your spirit guides around me now, your entities, ancestors, whatever. I have my own team. I may also have yours with me now. I want to put a proviso on this. I don't do any magic that infringes on another's free will. So yes, this is to release a situation or a person from your life, but we don't have free will over people. So don't try and do anything that is controlling something. If something needs to be released from your life, that's fine, because it needs to be. But just don't try and sneak anything in, because my energy won't let it happen, okay? I don't get into stuff like that. Also, if you want me to create custom spells for you, I'm happy to do that. I do manifestation packages on Etsy, which includes spell work and stuff. If you want to do this at home, there are all the ingredients. If not, just watch it. But what you need to get is a piece of paper, black pen. Do I have a black pen? Well, I don't need to actually write my stuff. Piece of paper, black pen, and a bit of rope or cord. It would be better to have black, but you can do like me. So pause the video and go and get that if you want to do that now, or you could just watch this and do it yourself. Up to you, but I'm creating space, and my energy is very strong, especially now. I have lots of stuff going on behind me, lots of people helping. So I would do it with me. So, okay, so what we're going to do now is, where's my lighter? Okay. So let me just have a moment. I'm going to do some incense. So I've got some incense here. I went to a witch who I love, who's nearby, and I got some stuff for protection. I got some stuff for success, because we want this spell to go well. And I got some stuff for clearance, because this is a release spell. In the description below, you'll see other incense that you guys can have on, but this is for me to have on for us all while we do this. So let me just light that now to start this sacred space. I also have some jade here, and some aventurine. I can never say aventurine. It's another green stone. And also some petrified wood, clear quartz. These are very good for this spell. That's why I've got them on. So I'm just going to light this incense, setting the intention for this spell. For everyone watching, their energies to go into this, creating this beautiful space for us to heal and release whatever it is we need to let go of. Things may have come through from the tarot reading that I just did for you guys. So let's just get that going. To set this kind of space, let me move these things away. Oh, you also need a heat-proof dish. That's really important. Pause the video and go and get it if you haven't already got that. So here, I just want to let you guys know what I have going on the table as well. So here I have can you see, a seashell here and some sea salt. So that's for the element of water, that's from the sea. I have some flowers here from my garden and some earth. So we have water, earth, we have air here, and we'll have fire. We have fire and air here, but this is air because it's very smoky. Can you see that? Maybe you can't see. But so we have the 4 elements. I also have, these are the bones of a relative passed down in my family. Very, very powerful. You could add a chicken bone to your altar or something if you want. You don't necessarily need to have this. I like to have this with me when I do spell work. It has a lot of good energy, and I like to have the 4 elements. I also have a glass of water here, which I will use at the end. The water is absorbing all of these energies, so because it's a release spell, it's absorbing all of these energies, and then I will pour it out to get rid of, because we're getting rid of stuff today, right? We also have a black candle, a light blue candle, and a brown candle. Black is to remove negative forces, light blue is for happiness and inner peace, and brown is to ground us and center us. And I've anointed the candles with some patchouli oil. You can also use, is it cedar oil? I'll put it in the description below, but I have patchouli, so that's perfectly fine. So those are the elements that you need if you want to recreate this. And you can have anything on your altar really that's specific to you. Now, I'm just going to light the candles, and we're going to light the candles in the order of black, blue, brown. It smells lovely in here, by the way, everyone. Apologies for the rip in my dress. That was at a party. Right, so now I want you guys to be able to see this candle. Well, hopefully you can see enough. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, oops, do I have my paper? Okay, here. Yeah, so what I want you guys to do is to write out on a piece of paper a situation or a person that you really want to release with a black pen. I'm not going to show you guys mine. But allow yourself to really feel this. Something may have come up in the tarot reading that I did previously, earlier on in this video, so you could write about that. So you're going to write all of that stuff down on this piece of paper, okay? And then also, it would be good if you could get this, so once you've done that, you get this cord, and you knot on the cord each thing that you want to release. So say I wanted to release negativity to do with someone that I know, I would do 1 knot. Say I wanted to release pressure to feel like I need to succeed, another knot. Say I want to release fear I may have about how I may be perceived in the art world for my tarot reading channel. That would be a knot. So you would go through and you would create these knots on this cord. So you have this cord here and you have your piece of paper here. And now fold the piece of paper 3 times towards yourself. And look in the description below for the chant. If you're going to do this along with me now, just make sure everything is ready. Look in the description box for the chant. And what we're going to do, we're going to light the piece of paper and the black candle, and then we're going to say the chant as the piece of paper burns. And then we're going to take our cord and we're going to let it burn through so that all the knots kind of burn off. Does that make sense? So you guys can watch me do it, but let's get going now. We've got all the elements here, we've got everyone here who needs to help us with this. So let's release. So we're going to light this piece of paper in the black candle. Just really visualize everything that you want to release now being burnt away. And put this down in this heat-proof dish. And we're going to say, I cut all ties that bind me. All negatives that block my way shall disappear with morning dew in the light of a brand new day. I cut all ties that bind me. All negatives that block my way shall disappear with morning dew in the light of a brand new day. I cut all ties that bind me. All negatives that block my way shall disappear with morning dew in the light of a brand new day. And keep saying this as this burns out. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. You don't have to say it all the time that it's burning, but just put your intention on these negative elements being burnt away and just watch that burn. I cut all ties that bind me, all negatives that block my way shall disappear with morning dew in the light of a brand new day. And just watch this burning. And now you can take the cord and you can visualize burning through all these aspects that you want to go. See? There we go. And you put the end that you want with all the knots, put that inside this dish as well. And this is like your fresh beginning. I would keep this somewhere, important, like under your pillow. All of the ash and everything that comes from this that's still burning away, we're going to put that somewhere very far away from your house. So once it's all cooled off and all turned to ash, you're going to take that outside and plant it in the, I wouldn't plant it in the earth. I would throw it in some water. Let's use the water as the element here and let it flow away from you. So that's a really nice little release ritual you can do. And just say to yourself, I rid myself from all karmic patterns. I no longer need to repeat this. I set this person free from me if you've released a person. And just visualize this heat. Let's ask Archangel Michael to come in and just sever all ties with a sword of white brilliant light and the violet light now. Let the violet light wash over you, severing all of this stuff from the past that no longer serves you, and let's fill everyone up with bright new, beautiful pink love, universal love energy now to replace whatever it is that we've let go of, so that we are full and complete, and so that we can go about our lives and draw to us the things that we want instead. So like really powerful energy. So this will take a while to finish, you know, burning through. It burns slowly. But that's how you do this little spell that I've made for you. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, your energy does go into the collective. The pick a card readings should apply more to you and things like that. Also, it just helps me to keep going, knowing that, you know, what I'm doing is helpful to people. So yes, that's everything. Oh, our blue candle went out. I wonder when that happened. Better light that again. Need the space to be set properly for you guys so that all these candles are here, so that you don't have to have the candles. It is on, it's just very small, so that you don't have to have these candles going yourself, because I've created this space here for you. So I can see a little flame coming here. The happiness, inner peace is just getting going. Come on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, any full moon is a great time to perform that little spell. And maybe I'll just get one moonology card as we're on the theme of moons, as this is burning out. Oh, look at that. Spirit just wants to show off. Can you see? It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. That scorpionic death energy. Perhaps there is a Scorpio you need to release, or it could just be this idea of rebirth and death and the full moon and release. I mean, what more can I say, guys? That's everything I have for you today. I have a special Halloween special Halloween video coming up soon. Well, in time for Halloween, where I'll be having my first collaboration on the channel, but I'm hoping to feature some collaborations with other psychics and stuff soon as well. And I will be doing some more readings, pick a card readings. Let me know what topics you'd like me to cover. I'm also going to take my African Dream Bean soon, that a client gave me, to have these vivid dreams, because I love astral traveling and stuff. So I will come on the channel and let you guys know how that went soon. So yes, thank you so much for being part of this community. It's a great pleasure to do this, and take care everyone. Sending you lots of love.